Hello everyone, this is Dom, and today I'm going to show you everything you need to know in order to record and edit podcasts with great audio quality on your iPhone or iPad. By the end of this video, you'll be ready to go and record your own podcast show. So let's get started. Recording podcasts on an iPad or an iPhone couldn't be easier, as a matter of fact. On this video, I'm going to use the contents of the UR22C recording pack in order to create our podcast. So we have our UR22C, which is our audio interface. With this audio interface, we can get great studio quality on our iPad or iPhone. Next, of course, we have our headphones. These are also included in the UR22C recording pack. And we have our microphone right here, which is a condenser microphone. This will give us great audio quality for our voiceovers. And of course, we need our iPad or our iPhone. The procedure is exactly the same. Now, the great thing with the UR22C is that it works straight away with both the iPad and the iPhone. If you're using an iPad Pro, it couldn't be any easier and more convenient because you can use a USB-C to USB-C cable and you can plug the UR22C straight into the USB-C port of the iPad Pro. This will not only allow the data to be transferred, but the iPad Pro will also power the UR22C, which means you don't need a power adapter or a power bank in order to run your UR22C. This is a very, very portable setup as well. After this, we just need to plug in our microphone into the preamp of the UR22C. We have two preamps, so if you have a guest for your podcast, you can both have a microphone. And we need to, of course, plug in our headphones into our UR22C. So now I'm going to use my headphones and we're going to switch to the sound from the Steinberg ST-M01 microphone. Now we've switched to the ST-M01 microphone, and one of the things that I would really encourage you to do if you want to get the best audio quality for your podcast would be to download the DSP Mix FX app and use it either on your iPad or your iPhone. It works on both. This app will give you quite a bit of confidence when you want to get your voice levels, your microphone levels. So now I'm going to get my levels. I'm going to aim to hit -6 on my microphone. You need to be careful not to go over 0 because then you're clipping the preamp. And of course the preamp itself has a red LED light in the front, so it will let you know if you have any overloads. Now the ST-M01 microphone is a condenser microphone, which means we need to turn on the phantom power switch in the back of the unit so that we can power the microphone. Now it also has a very convenient LED light, so we know that this is already powered and we're good to go. Now the other thing that we can do on the DSP Mix FX app is we can add real-time latency-free DSP effects that are built inside the UR22C. So in order to access those effects, the DSP Mix FX app is really important. It's very easy to activate them. First of all, let me turn on the high pass filter. This will get rid of any unwanted low-end rumble for our voiceover. And then let's move on to our effects section. Here I can activate our channel strip. And this is my channel strip, and you can already hear the difference in sound. We have a little bit more top end. As you can see, I can adjust it right here. I can add some low end if I want to go to this really nice radio announcer voice. And I can add compression as much as I want. I can go really, really hard with the compression, or I can just add a little bit of it to tame the peaks of my voiceover. So once we have our sound ready, now what we want to do is we want to make sure that this gets recorded on the software that we're going to use on our iPad or iPhone. If you want to record the channel strip, all you need to do is press this FX record button, and now the signal will be routed through the effects into the recording software that we're going to use on our iPad or iPhone. So if you want to record dry, just remove the FX recording. If you want to record with the effects, just turn it on. So now that we set up our sound, we can go ahead and record. Now, when it comes to the iPad and the iPhone, the UR22C recording pack comes with Cubasis LE, which is a great start if you want to start recording, create music, and all these things. Now, in this case, I'm using Cubasis 3. You can always upgrade to this if you want to. And I'm going to start with a brand new project. So all you need to do is go Media and create a new project. And let's call it Podcast Episode 1. And there we go. Now we have an empty project where we can start recording our voiceover. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go and add an audio track. Now, in this case, because we're going to record my microphone, we just need a mono input. So I'm going to go to routing and make sure I select mono. And now I can select the two inputs that we have on the UR22C. As you can see, we have the option to activate either one of them. So I can record on input number 1 or input number 2. In this case, I have connected my microphone to input number 1, so I can go ahead and record straight to input number 1. Now, if I want to check my levels while I am inside Cubasis, I can open my mixer, as you can see here. And right here, we can check our levels. So now that we've done this, we're ready to record. As a matter of fact, I'm going to rename this track to voiceover. So let's go ahead and record. I'm just going to hit the record button. Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast. On this episode, we're going to talk about sound design and how to get impressive sounds for your films. And there we go. Now we've added our voiceover into Cubasis. And of course, if we want, we can go ahead and edit it. For example, I can remove this silence here. And maybe I want to zoom in. And maybe I want to remove this little click here. I can go split. Move my cursor right here. Split. And then I can remove this and tighten up my voiceover. I can, of course, perform fade-ins, fade-outs. And I can go into detail in the waveform and perform different audio edits. For example, I can normalize my voiceover. And now we have a very nice, healthy level. On top of that, I can add insert effects. For example, I might want to add a channel strip, EQ, and many other effects. And maybe we want to chop off the end of our voiceover. Now, once we've done this, we can even add music to our podcast. So in this case, I'm going to go to my media bay, import, and we'll go to files. And for example, I might want to import a song. And now this will appear on my audio files and I can drop it in. And there we go. So now we also have our music right there. Now I can, of course, trim my music to the place where I want it to start. Maybe here. And now I can select the level of my music. I can just go down because maybe I don't want it to sound so loud. So let's listen to it. Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast. On this episode, we're going to talk about sound design and how to get impressive sounds for your films. And the coolest thing is I can even automate the level of my music so that when my voice is present, it's quieter. And when my voiceover stops, it can go up. So let's do this. I can activate Write Automation. And we'll go to the beginning. And we're going to keep it low. And now I'm going to ride the fader. Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast. On this episode, we're going to talk about sound design and how to get impressive sounds for your films. So now we just recorded automation for the music and I can even do a fade out here, for example. And I can even check that automation. It's right here. So now I can go ahead and edit it exactly like I want it. And I can recreate this ducking effect that's very popular with radio and of course with podcasts nowadays. So now once I'm done with this, I can go to media, go mix down, and I can create a mix down. And I can save my podcast as a WAV file, as a FLAC file, and I can of course upload it to my favorite service like SoundCloud. Now, if you want to use your iPhone instead of your iPad, it's exactly the same procedure. The only thing that changes is the cable. You need to use the included cable that came with the UR22C, and you also need the USB to Lightning adapter so that you can connect your phone to the UR22C. Now, in this case, because the iPhone cannot power the UR22C, you need to power the UR22C with an external power adapter or a power bank. But once you've connected everything, you can still run the DSP Mix FX app on your iPhone and you can use Cubasis Elite to record your voiceover straight on your iPhone. So let's do this right now. I'm going to hit record and the procedure is exactly the same. I can select my mono input and I can even see my levels right here. And now I can start recording. Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast. And here we go. We can record great quality podcasts on our iPhone. Now, if you want to record your podcast on the fly and you don't need all these editing functions, you can even use something like the Cloud Audio Recorder from Yamaha. This will work just fine and it's a very simple and streamlined app. So there you go. Now you can create podcasts with great audio quality on your iPad or iPhone, even on the go. So there you go, guys. This is how you can start creating your own podcasts on your iPad or iPhone with great audio quality. I hope you find this video useful and I'll see you on the next video.